this is the most scariest videos. This is the top 20 scariest videos on the internet. I hope y'all like it, and this is how it goes.
The internet is filled with videos of creepy creatures, ghosts, animals, and more. It's all designed to give you the same amount of fear that you get while watching a horror movie, just on a smaller scale. Some of them are so ghastly you want to turn away from the screen before you even see the ending. Do you have a fear of spiders, snakes, or otherworldly creatures? Test your wits against these eerie images caught on film. Here are 5 scary videos we dare you to watch till the end. Let's begin. Number 5. Dad tries to capture spider in plastic bowl. This video features a father attempting to capture a huge huntsman spider while his young daughter watches. He explains his plan of action, which seems flawed from its inception, to climb up a ladder in his small kitchen and quickly trap the abnormally sized arachnid in what appears to be a large plastic storage bowl. As he ascends the ladder, he hesitates, and his daughter warns him to be careful. Does he catch the spider and become the hero of the household, or does he fail miserably and let the spider have his home? Watch till the end to find out. Number 4. The I Feel Fantastic video. The I Feel Fantastic video is one of the most unsettling videos ever released on the internet. The images induce pure terror in anyone watching. Very few people have been able to make it through the entire thing. The video is said to have originated from a serial killer that was known for sexually assaulting his female victims, and features a series of mannequins dressed in his victims' clothing, repeatedly saying the words, "I feel fantastic." Watch this one until the end, if you dare. Number 3. Man calls 911 from South Tower of World Trade Center. A man named Kevin Cosgrove made a call to 911 on the day of the World Trade Center attacks that would forever haunt the dispatchers that received the call. The man made a futile call in to emergency response system and had a chilling conversation describing what was happening. They were on the phone with him in his last moments. It's a very emotional moment, and it may not be easy for the faint of heart to make it through the entire video, already knowing the man's fate going in.
clearing up. The smoke fumes going there. All we can do. Where are you? Which way you guys up to? We're getting there. There's a few edges there, and I got them too. I understand that, sir. We're on the way. He's like 150 corner, northwest corner. Yeah, no problem. We're operating. Yeah, come on, man. Okay, we have everything, sir. I know you do, but it doesn't seem like you. You got lots of people up here. I understand. And then you go out in the building, we're up on the top. Smoke rises to the roof there. We're on the floor, we're in the window. And then I had to do it breathe now. Can't see. Okay. Just try to hang in there. I'm going to stay with you. So you're going to air condition, baby. What the hell happened? Okay, I'm still here. She's just trying to find a partner, trying to get me. They will feel like it. Okay, try to calm down so you can conserve your oxygen, okay? Try to put down the bloody wind to the left. It's really bad. It's black. It's hours. Everybody else got a child anyway? We're young men. We're not ready to die. I don't even get my ass down. I need oxygen. They have a lot of apparatus on the desert. I can wait. You get them in from all over. We're going from Jersey. I don't give a shit. All right. Okay, so mine's the high school. I've almost been called about a dozen times already. Cosgrove. Yeah, my wife thinks I'm all right. I called her and said I was leaving the building. I was fine. I'm dying. Cherry's next to me. 105. John Astro's office. That's what you said. That's the office. We're at John Astro's office. OST. A-R-U. A-R-U. Right. That's the office we're at. As soon as you're here. OST. A-R-U. Financial center. Three of us, 2 broken windows.
Number 2. There Is Nothing Doll. This video is utterly horrifying as the dread of the doll's gaze bores into your soul and grabs hold. You're sitting across the dinner table from what appears to be a very realistic doll as it stares at you with an unsettlingly blank face. The fire blazing in the background makes the whole scene look like a hellish nightmare landscape. The doll is definitely the worst dinner date imaginable. Watch the video till the end for a truly terrifying occurrence. Don't say we didn't try to warn you. Number 1. The Wyoming Incident. A news station in Wyoming was hijacked during a live broadcast. The screen began to display strange, cryptic messages such as, "The pretty things you will see. Why do you hate?" There's also a series of random human faces that seem to be digitally rendered with very unsettling expressions. The broadcast takeover only lasted a little over 2 minutes, but it left the town scared and confused about what they had just witnessed. It's grown in infamy in recent years thanks to the spread of video sharing sites like YouTube. We dare you to watch till the very end.
Romney also plans on visiting Denver and Cheyenne on his presidential tour.
And there, you have 5 scariest videos we dare you to watch till the end. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like and share it, and if you haven't already, subscribe down below to get notified almost every single day with new videos from Top 5's finest. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we are out.
It seems that every day there's something new and terrifying caught on tape. While some things are clearly faked or later proven to be some wild ad campaign, others are disturbingly convincing and really make you think twice about the world around you. While we can't say if these 15 examples are real or not, they're sure to make you question the supernatural. Here are 15 truly scary videos found on the internet. Number 15. Dragon Sounds. This video was uploaded in October 2016 and is titled "Apocalyptic Strange Sound Was Heard Again in Slovakia." Most people are saying the audio presented sounds strangely like the mythical creatures dragons. Well, the sounds are quiet and distant at first. As the video goes on, they get louder and more clear. Even stranger, nothing can be seen in the nearby sky. This isn't the first video showcasing strange sounds in the sky. Trumpet-like sounds and similar roarings have been heard all over the world in the past few years. There are countless theories as to what these sounds could be. Some believe they're the work of HAARP, the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, which was established by the US government to test ionospheric sounds in radio communications. Most work from HAARP was said to have been completed in 2007, but a university currently owns the facility, so it's not unlikely that any research could still go on. Even with that as a logical explanation, it doesn't seem likely that of all of the sounds to be tested, a roaring would be the utmost importance. Other theories about these noises is the infamous chemtrail conspiracy theory. Many believe that aircrafts leave behind trails of dangerous or debilitating chemicals when passing over populated areas, although an exact reason why is still uncertain. Many argue that the same thing can be done with audio effects and that these sounds may be spread out by the government to brainwash or sicken us. The final and least popular theory is that these sounds are that of real dragons. Yes, many believe that the mythical creatures still lurk in the shadows, the sky, or high caves, and that this video happened to catch them roaring at one another. Whatever you believe to be true, the audio here is unsettling to say the least. The uncertainty behind the clear sounds makes the entire situation more disturbing. Number 14. Home of a Serial Killer. Screenshots of this popular video have made the rounds all over social media, and the video itself has over 1 million views. The description explains that this man, James Ranking, was hiking in the woods when he stumbled across this confusing and eerie scene. In a wooded area near a park in New York, he found 25 missing persons posters were taped to trees, along with ratty old bedding, a shovel, a large tent, and a collapsed handmade wooden cage which surrounded a filled hole.
This is Utah, Florida. They're all different. They're all fucking different. Every single one. This one's from Georgia. And look at this shit. Like, look where the fuck we are. So far. Look at this. What the fuck is this? Carolina Beach, North Carolina, 2009.
James also explains that he tried to get every poster and shot, but he heard voices coming towards him, so he stopped filming and turned around. In an edit of the description, he goes on to explain that he posted this video as a sort of call for help in case anything happened to him while he was still in the woods. He also wasn't sure what exactly he had stumbled upon. He didn't know if the posters were there to help find the missing, or they were some twisted shrine for someone responsible for their disappearances. Local law enforcement were contacted and subsequently investigated the people residing in that wooded area. The owners told police that the decorations were part of an upcoming Halloween party, which officers took as the truth and decided not to investigate further. James made a valid point during an interview, however, that if these were meant for a Halloween party, why had they been up for weeks and even months, as it was clear that the posters had not been freshly mounted. Either way, the investigation ceased, and James encourages everyone to avoid the area and the people living in it. Number 13. Subway Possession. This video was uploaded by Dolan Trong in mid-2011 and has since garnered over 5 million views. The same video has gone viral on several different occasions over the past 5 or so years. The encounter was recorded by Dolan as he was walking the San Francisco subway system with a friend. They heard screams coming from down the walkway and assumed someone was hurt. They came across a woman crouched behind a large yellow bin. They see that blood is splattered along the floor, and Dolan's friend picks up what appears to be a fingernail or small blade of sorts. The woman, wearing a white dress and ripped stockings, is covered in blood as it pours from her mouth. She writhes back and screams, as well as slightly growls. The two young men watch in terror. Dolan's friend even attempts to bend down and help her. The woman continues to scream and squirm about, and even goes as far to stab her own genitals with a pencil.
Oh my God. Dude, come on. Yeah, dude, oh my.
Eventually, she crawls towards the men, gets to her feet and attempts to attack them. The video ends there. While there have been some sources that claim Dolan made a statement, it's very uncertain what happened to everyone involved after this video was shot. Many viewers say she's more likely on some heavy drugs than possessed. But regardless of the source for this erratic behavior, stumbling across something like this has got to be life-changing in a negative way. Number 12, Poltergeist livestream. YouTuber and gamer Rubesy was live streaming when pet sitting for a friend. He was alone in his friend's apartment late at night while gaming in front of his audience. Strange and unsettling things began to happen as he was live. First, a door slams on its own, which immediately startled Rubesy.
But yeah, that was the tragic story of my my bringing down of my dearest Lydia. Oh my!
He went to investigate but found nothing out of the ordinary, so he returned to his computer, where a viewer informed him that a light had gone off by itself. While investigating the scene again, another door slammed right in front of him. For the rest of the video, many of his viewers and fellow gamers are now just as scared as him. Throughout the remainder of the stream, a glass breaks on its own, a box falls off a table, loud knocking or punching can be heard on the doors and walls, and the doors continue to open and slam on their own. Eventually, Rubesy decides he isn't going to stay around and deal with this alleged poltergeist. He texts his friend that he was pet sitting for, that he will be leaving. As he's about to head out, a chair clearly and quickly moves about 3 feet on its own. Rubesy thankfully uploaded a 7-minute long video which compiles all the activity throughout the night, which is linked below. He also explained that his friend has apparently never had these experiences in his apartment, but Rubesy has been fine since leaving the dwelling. Many believe that a spirit in the home was distressed that a stranger was present.
I'm like on the low key watching the door right now.
Same.
Like I'm watching.
It's not like we needed. Guys, it's not like we needed any sleep or anything.
Oh my God! What the fuck? Fuck this. Fuck this.
Number 11, Creeper. Chicago couple Jack McCouture and Jordan Baranskas caught unfathomable footage on their security camera in the summer of 2016. The couple had been out to dinner and came home to finish up some laundry but fell asleep while watching TV. The next morning, Jordan noticed her purse was missing and couldn't find it anywhere. The couple argued over whether she left it at the restaurant the night before. To prove a point, Jordan reversed in the footage to prove she walked in with the purse, but before she could even reach that point, she saw something horrifying. An intruder had broken into their home and was watching them sleep from the second floor balcony. He first stood in place for about 5 minutes just staring down at the couple. He then walked away and returned for another 10 to 15 minutes. Just standing perfectly still. Jack and Jordan claim he would have had to climb 6 flights of stairs to reach a sliding glass door near the rear of the house. After staring for nearly 20 minutes, the intruder grabbed Jordan's purse and hurried off, without even waking their dog. Jordan told interviewers that she likes to believe he was watching the TV and not just staring silently at the sleeping couple. Although this incident could have ended much worse, it's sickening to imagine someone watching you while you sleep without you ever knowing. Number 10. The Upstairs Demon. This video was uploaded in February 2016 and has just over 80,000 views. The description reads that the uploader's friend experiences things like this with his neighbor every night. The 1-minute video is a pitch black room because the more important content is the audio. An array of disturbing sounds can be heard coming from the upstairs neighbor, from high-pitched screams to loud bellowing growls. Some of the sounds don't sound human at all. Some argue that this is the work of someone suffering from nightmares, and others believe this is a form of possession that the neighbor may not even know is occurring. Despite your beliefs, fake or real, innocent or not, those sounds are the perfect nightmare fuel for anyone with nearby neighbors. Number 9. Possession on the phone. This video starts out harmlessly, as a Hispanic woman lies in bed eating cookies and recording a video for her friend or boyfriend. As she is chatting and eating, her phone suddenly falls and she cries out gently in distress and fear. Her phone, still lying on the bed, catches a glimpse of her hand, which seems tensed up, and it sounds as though she's struggling to make any noise. The door slams apparently on its own, but she then bolts out of bed screaming and crying and runs out of the room. Loud and deep screams can be heard in the distance after she leaves the room.
Yo vengo a verte.
Reports claim she is doing fine after seeing a priest, and many question if this was a possession or a seizure. Either way, the sound she produces will shake you to your core, as you want nothing more than to help her. Number 8. Muslim Exorcism. Yet another distressing possession allegedly caught on tape. This video comes from India, where a young Muslim woman has been possessed by an unknown force, as an Imam Khatib, a type of Muslim priest, stands by and tries to exorcise the young girl. He asks who is possessing her, to which the girl in a sharp growl of a voice responds, Izzle.
Kamu siapa? Kamu siapa? Kamu siapa? Kamu siapa? Ya, kamu siapa? Izzul. Hah? Izzul. Izzul.
As the priest goes on to cite the Quran and attempt to expel the demonic spirit, it pleads, "Please, I am protecting her. I want to be her friend. She is good."
Cukuplah Allah menjadi wakil kami. Cukuplah Allah menjadi pelindung kami.
Jangan keluarkan biar aku sini dalam mani,
Kalau kamu nak keluar, tidak perlu. Manusia ini tidak perlu jagaan kamu. Dia cukup. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Pegang lagi pegang. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kalau kamu keluar, kamu zalim.
Aku nak keluar.
As the priest and others continue to cite the Quran, the girl screams and fights back but is eventually subdued. Number 7. Ghost Boy. In 2008, a 17-year-old boy named Jesse was on vacation with his family in Savannah, Georgia. Many have claimed that Savannah is one of the most haunted cities in America, so Jesse was eager to visit a few haunted locations. The family agreed to make a stop at a historical cemetery, where Jesse pulled out the family camcorder just for memory's sake. What he got was more than your everyday memory. Off in the distance of the footage, a small white figure can be seen running. The figure looks like a little boy with lacking details. Jesse claims that the figure caught his eye because it seemed to be chasing a shadowing woman which quickly disappeared. The small spirit then jumped abnormally high into a tree and dropped to the ground but disappeared just before making landfall. Of course, people were immediately skeptical that the footage was faked. However, paranormal, historical, and technical professionals reviewed the footage and were surprised themselves to find that it was authentic. Number 6. The Wessex Way Monster. This short video allegedly shows a creature bounding across an empty highway in the middle of the night. The video was created on November 14, 2007 and was captured via a security camera for highway patrol. The humanoid creature seems to be roughly the size of an average sedan and moves on all fours. It also moves at apparently high speeds since it appears to jump across traffic despite an oncoming car in the near distance. Some have called this creature a chupacabra, others have compared it to the notorious rake, and many believe it to be the work of effects. Either way, the motion and appearance of this creature is alarming. If it was faked, it was done quite well for 2007. Number 5. Ghost Taxi. This short video from mid-2016 presents supernatural CCTV that allegedly shows a ghost following a man into a taxi. This clearly occurred at night, possibly in or near a parking lot. The man in a white shirt stands to the side waiting for his taxi to arrive. He appears to be standing next to a white box or pillar, and as he walks towards his ride, a woman comes from behind the pillar. She's wearing a dark jacket with a white dress or skirt, and her long black hair veils her face. At first, she seems so realistic that you assume she's going to get into the cab with him, but just as the door opens and the unsuspecting man steps in, the apparition disappears in thin air. While many are thrown off by her shocking similar appearance to The Grudge and other similar Japanese horror entities, the footage is still distressing and eerie. The way the man seems so unaware of her presence will make you be afraid to look behind you, even if you have the creeping sensation that a presence is following just inches at your heels. Number 4. The Ghost in the Attic. The original uploader of this video claims that he caught a ghost on camera a few weeks prior to this filming, and ever since then he has been doing makeshift ghost hunting in his home. While the ghost had appeared before, it never had the power to move things or even make sounds. However, when this video was taken on January 9th, 2008, the ghost seems to have newfound power. The video begins as the homeowner records his dog from under the bed, as it is out of the dog's behavior. In what feels like only a matter of seconds, a loud knocking startles the homeowner. The knocking occurs again several times, and he determines that it's coming from the attic. On a brave whim, he goes up to the attic and sets his camera up in the distance to investigate the area. He finds that a few boxes have been knocked over, but he continues to search around. As he stands in place, scanning the area, a tall tin can perched on a box is knocked over in a loud crash. Without a second thought, he runs downstairs and away from the scene. Several moments of inactivity pass before the light seems to dim or go out and movement can be seen in the distance. The light comes back on and an unknown force moves the camera around before leaving it in a dark corner. At the end of the video, the homeowner explains that he didn't retrieve his camera for several weeks. Number 3. Ghost Doctor. This video was posted by a Honduran entertainment Facebook page titled La Otra Dimensión, where it accumulated 1.3 million views, which is not counting the numerous unrelated YouTube uploads of the same video. According to claims by the original post, this video was captured at a school hospital, Universitario in Honduras. In this hospital, there's a rumor or legend that a doctor killed himself due to stress and he now haunts the halls. The video shows a long hallway lined with stretchers, and off to the right is an open doorway. After a few seconds, a flesh-colored head seems to peek out of the doorway and slowly creep into the halls with jagged motions. The figure comes out into the middle of the hallway and quickly evaporates from sight. Real or not, this imagery is terrifying and one of a kind. Number 2, poltergeist in the news. A small town in Jamaica was apparently so shaken by an alleged poltergeist attack that they called their local news station. Jamaica's CVM News was sent out to the scene to interview a young boy, an 11-year-old who had been under constant attack from a poltergeist. When interviewed, the boy explained that the poltergeist was a spirit of his friend who died, but his mother disagreed, saying it was an evil entity only presenting itself as a long-past friend. During the interview, the young boy is thrown back in his chair and is slightly lifted off the ground and thrown against a wall before his mother runs in to grab him.
Touch her? Tell me when I touch her. Am I touch her? Am I touch her foot? Yeah, wallet.
These movements are dramatic, clear, and unsettling. If this spirit really was portraying itself as someone the boy knew, that's enough to bother anyone who's lost a loved one and believes in the forces of supernatural evil. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you've ever been curious as to what I look like in real life, then follow me on Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT. I also have a Twitter at YTChills where I post video updates. I'd really appreciate it if you followed me, and feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions or suggestions. Number 1, Moore Park Haunting. This footage is often considered the most convincing paranormal footage to date. Daniel Hobbit was an independent cameraman that would use a single camera to ghost hunt and explore. When Daniel heard of a haunted hospice unit of a hospital and a haunted Moore Park home, he geared up and set out. While in the Moore Park home, Daniel filmed the inside of a bedroom where he captured an amazing dark figure that seems to materialize in camera view before disappearing from the shot.
Although not visible to the naked eye at the time of this amazing recording, the apparition seems to materialize out of thin air.
Later at the haunted hospital, Daniel locked his camera in a supposedly haunted storage closet and left it running for several hours. The first hour of footage was blank and boring, but suddenly a white and shimmer figure appeared on screen, which suddenly morphed into a face and then into darkness again. The time period in which this evidence was caught was not a time that independent editing programs were readily available. More importantly, several professionals from varying fields have deemed the footage authentic, convincing and unaltered, which is what has made for these chilling images to be considered the best of their time.